Have you ever had that strange feeling that you're not entirely alone, even in the deepest silence of the night? Your room is still. The world outside has gone quiet. The last light fades and you sink into your pillow, slowly drifting away from everything you know. Your breathing softens, your thoughts dissolve, and before long you're gone, lost somewhere in dreams. But something stays behind. Because the moment you fall asleep, your cat wakes up. Not in the way you might imagine. Not stretching lazily or wandering off in search of food. No, this is different. This is deliberate, quiet, focused. They don't move much at first. They sit, still as a statue, eyes open in the darkness, fixed on you. If you've ever woken up suddenly in the middle of the night and caught those faint, glowing eyes staring straight at you, you've already seen it. That moment where your heart skips just a little, where something feels almost unsettling. Why are they watching? Feels eerie, almost unnatural. But what if I told you, it's not random at all? What if that silence, that stillness, that gaze, is actually part of something much older than you realize? Your cat isn't just looking at you. They're studying you. Every breath you take, they notice. The slow rise of your chest, the subtle pause between inhales, the way your body shifts under the blanket. Even the smallest movement, something you wouldn't even be aware of, they track it all. To you it's just sleep. To them, it's a signal. A language. You see, long before your home had walls, before soft beds and quiet rooms, cats lived in a world where survival depended on noticing the smallest change. A flicker in the dark could mean danger. A sudden silence could mean something was wrong. And those instincts never left them. They've just changed their focus. Now, that focus is you. As the night deepens, your body begins to drift further, slipping into heavier sleep. Your muscles relax completely. Your breathing changes, becoming uneven, softer, sometimes slower. And that's when your cat leans in closer. Not with noise, not with panic, but with curiosity and something else. Concern. You might not remember it. Most people don't. But sometimes, in the middle of a dream, there's a faint sensation, a soft touch against your face. A tiny pressure gone almost as quickly as it came. A paw. Light. Careful. Intentional. It's so gentle you could mistake it for nothing. Just a random movement. A coincidence. But it isn't. Your cat is checking you. Not for food. Not for attention. But for something deeper. Something instinctive. Are you okay? That single, delicate touch carries more purpose than it seems. Their paws, sensitive and precise, can feel warmth, movement, even the faintest response beneath your skin. In that one quiet moment, they gather everything they need to know. And then, just as silently as they came, they pull away. No sound. No fuss. Mission complete. You're still breathing. Still warm. Still there. And in their world, that's all that matters. But the night isn't over. Not for them. Because watching you is only the beginning. The night moves on, deeper and quieter, as if the world itself is holding its breath. You're far away now, lost somewhere inside a dream you won't remember by morning. Your body shifts without meaning to. A leg turns. Your breathing changes again, slow, then uneven, then steady. And your cat notices all of it. Because they haven't stopped. At some point, without you even realizing, they've moved closer. Maybe they settle gently across your chest, or curl themselves along your side, or press softly against your legs. It feels like comfort, like warmth, like something natural. But there's more to it than that. They're not just lying there. They're adjusting. Every position they take is a quiet response to you. Your body temperature rises and falls through the night, your muscles tense and release, your heartbeat subtly shifts with every phase of sleep, and your cat follows it all like a rhythm only they can hear. When you cool down, they move closer, offering warmth without waking you. When you shift too much, they anchor themselves against you, adding just enough weight to calm the restlessness. When your breathing becomes uneven, they stay still, as if their presence alone might steady it. You think they're seeking comfort, but in a strange, silent way, they're giving it. Like a living, breathing presence that keeps you grounded, even when your mind has drifted far away. And then, just when everything seems completely still, they leave. No sound. No warning. Just gone. If you've ever half woken in the night and noticed the empty space beside you, you might have thought they got bored, or distracted, or restless. But that's not what's happening. This is the part most people never see. While you sleep, your cat begins to move through the darkness of your home with quiet purpose. Each step soft, controlled, almost invisible. They slip through doorways, pause at corners, listen to things you could never hear. This is their patrol. Not random wandering. Not aimless movement. A pattern. They move to the door first, often stopping there, sitting in silence as they face it directly. From your perspective, it might look like nothing, just your cat sitting alone in the dark. But from theirs, this is the most important position in the room. It's the line between you and everything outside. Their ears twitch, rotating slightly, catching sounds far beyond your awareness. The faintest creak of wood, the whisper of wind against a window, the distant movement somewhere beyond the walls, all of it is processed, understood, judged. You sleep through it. They don't. For them, this is responsibility. A quiet kind of guard duty that asks for nothing in return. And when they're satisfied, when everything feels as it should, they don't stay there forever. They move again. Through the hallway. Past the windows. Around the edges of the home you believe is completely still. But it isn't still to them. They're checking it. Reconfirming it. Again and again. Every path they take eventually leads back to the same place. Back to you. They return softly, almost like a shadow slipping into its place, pausing just long enough to look. To listen. To watch your chest rise and fall in the dark. Everything normal. Everything safe. Only then do they settle again, just for a while. Because as the night stretches on, something begins to change. The darkness starts to thin. The silence shifts ever so slightly. And your body, slowly, begins to prepare for waking. You don't feel it yet. But your cat does. There's a moment, just before morning, when the world feels like it's holding its breath. The darkness isn't as heavy anymore. The silence begins to shift, almost imperceptibly. Somewhere far away, the first signs of a new day are beginning, but you're still asleep, suspended between dreams and waking. And your cat is already there. Watching. Waiting. They've been through the night with you, every movement, every breath, every quiet change your body made. They've watched, checked, adjusted, patrolled, all without you ever knowing. But now something is different. Your breathing starts to change again. Not as deep. Not as slow. Your body makes small, restless movements, like you're trying to return from somewhere far away. It's subtle, so subtle you wouldn't notice it yourself. But your cat does instantly. Because this is the moment they've been anticipating. Long before any alarm rings, long before your eyes even think about opening, your cat already knows. You're about to wake up. And so they come closer. Sometimes it's gentle. A soft step onto the bed, careful and precise. Other times it's more direct. A light paw against your arm, your shoulder, your face. Just enough to pull you slightly closer to the surface of consciousness. Not enough to startle you. Just enough to guide you back. You might think it's about food. That they're impatient, demanding breakfast, following some simple routine. But it's not that simple. They're responding to you. To your rhythm. To the quiet signals your body sends as it prepares to wake. Your warmth shifts, your muscles begin to engage again, your breathing becomes lighter, and your cat syncs with it like they've done it 1,000 times before. Because they have. Night after night. Without fail. And in that moment, when your eyes finally open, when you see them sitting there, staring, waiting, it can feel almost intentional. Almost planned. Like they knew. Because they did. But here's the part most people never stop to think about. What? Why would a creature so independent, so often described as distant or mysterious, spend the entire night like this? Watching. Checking. Guarding. Returning. Staying. The answer isn't in something modern. It's not a trick. Not a habit they picked up from living in your home. It's something much older. For thousands of years, cats lived side by side with humans in a world that was far less safe than the one you know now. Back then, the line between survival and danger was thin. Nights were unpredictable. Vulnerability wasn't a feeling, it was a reality. And in that world, awareness meant everything. Cats became experts at it. They learned to read the smallest signs of life, to detect change before it became danger, to stay alert when others couldn't. And over time, as they grew closer to humans, something shifted. That awareness, that vigilance, found a new purpose. It became protection. Not in the way you might imagine, with noise or aggression or obvious defense. But in something quieter. More constant. Presence. Your cat doesn't guard you because they have to. They do it because, somewhere deep in their instincts, you are part of what matters. Part of what needs to be watched over, checked on, returned to. In their world, you're not just the one who feeds them. You're part of their circle. And when the night comes, and you become still, unaware, vulnerable in a way only sleep can make you, they stay awake. For you. So tonight, when you lie down and close your eyes thinking the day is over, remember this. It isn't over for them. While you drift into dreams, your cat will be there. Watching the quiet rise and fall of your chest. Moving softly through the darkness. sitting by the door, walking the same silent paths, returning again and again just to make sure you're still okay. And maybe, just maybe, that stare you sometimes wake up to in the middle of the night isn't something to be afraid of, it's something to understand. Because in a world where you think you're completely alone in the dark, you're not. Not really.